Welcome to Stock Talk. This is your host, Scott. Hope you had a good couple of days of trading in the market. We sure have. It's been all about NVAX. Bitcoin's doing real well too, but NVAX is on a tear. I do think we've hit the turnaround. So we did have some good news come out about NVAX this week. So we're going to talk about that. Some other things that's going on with NVAX. So let's jump right into that portfolio, take a look at that, and let's move on here. All right, so here's our portfolio for today. As you can see, another green day. We've had two nice green days. The market's up all the way across the board here. As you can see, you've got the Dow, everything up across the board here. About 1/3%, nothing major going on there. As you can see, we do have Moderna on here. Just kind of watching Moderna along with NVAX just to see how they compare. Of course, NVAX has been crushing Moderna this week. So we're going to take a look at just the Bitcoin, what's going on with that. A little quick look at that. A really good day for them. You can see here, nice pop this morning, and it's gone up and stayed up pretty good. So I was watching something last night. They say Tuesdays is usually the best day for Bitcoin. So they definitely had a good Tuesday. You can see 5-day charts up and down, up and down, up and down. So maybe it'll hold. These were some new highs, I think, are getting close to some new highs. I think we actually got a little bit higher than that last month. Yeah, so right up here. But anyway, we're working our way up, back up to the new high. Hopefully we can get there, and that will continue to move some of our stocks. If you're holding them, I'm not holding any of these right now. Did trade out of them, was waiting for some kind of pullback, but haven't seen one. And they just keep going, going, going. This one, look at this one here today. MSTR actually went all the way up to 841 and ended up closing. It was a $100 move today, and it closed at 794. So nice move on MSTR. If you're holding that, it's going to move with that Bitcoin. Nice move on HUT. Look at HUT's as well. They're just doing fantastic. Let's just take a look at the 1-week chart, 5-day chart on those real quick. They're going to move with Bitcoin, and you can see here they've really taken off today. So great play if you were in that one. Again, I was not in that one, wasn't trying up any kind of money on that one right now. And HUD, I traded last week and just have not had a good chance to get back in. Didn't pull back far enough for me. But you can see here it's been a good little move all the way from about 12.20 all the way up to 15.47. That's a good percentage gain. So if you've been playing that one, good for you. I hope some of you have been able to play it. Of course, the big one here is NVAX. I want you to take a look at that. It's been on a tear this week as well. So we're very happy about that. We are loaded to the gill on this one. You can see here we started for the last week. We were down here in the 148 range after that Politico article knocked us way down. I did purchase some back in the 140s, I believe, and I've been buying it ever since, every day since. So even on these days it's run up, I've been buying it. So let's talk about that. It's all the way up to 195.30. I'm still down overall on it, just about a percent. I think I'm down less than 8% now on what I'm holding, which is a lot of shares. Now, what I've done this week, and what I often do is when something like this is running up, I'm gonna sell some of the higher price shares, but it's not like I'm selling a lot. Let me just kind of give you an idea. I'm selling 1/10 of what I'm buying. Okay, so I'm selling, just kind of trimming a little bit of losses, and then I'm turning around and I'm also buying it. If it pulls back from where I sell those 10, that 10% or whatever, whatever you want to call it. Let's say it's 10 shares. Let's say wherever I sell those 10 shares, if it pulls back from there, then I'll buy some, and that's what I've been doing. I'm buying. It's about a tenth of what I'm trading. So if I were to buy 10, if I were to sell 10, I'm gonna buy 100. So. And that's in both IRAs, so it's kind of what I'm doing there. So we're trying to improve that cost average, and we've done it. We've got down We were as good as 6% earlier today down. So it won't take but another day like we've been having for that to go. Now, what I did do this week and did today is I did sell some options that I had on this. I had 3 options in my Robinhood account, and they were up real good. One of them I think was over 50%, the other one over 60%, and we've had those for a few weeks. So I think I bought those after the Politico fiasco. So that's what you do when you got confidence in something and you know something comes out, and if you know it's garbage, and especially after it's confirmed by the company, uh, then you got to have confidence, put your money to work, and that's why we keep this cash on the sideline. We are sitting about I think we're about 40% cash right now. So even with the number of shares we've been buying of NVAX, and we are loaded up, way too many shares for safety, but I've got a lot of confidence in this one, and especially after that beating we took, I don't see us doing that. But let's take a look at some more of that, what's causing that. So let's look at that as far as Novavax goes. But you can see the good 5-day return here. We've gone from 144, 141, all the way up to 195. We actually almost hit 200 today. It was 199.39. Okay, so, and look at the volume. We've had good volume on both days here. You can see it's a little heavy volume. 9 million a day. I think we had a little bit more than that yesterday. So what's causing that? Monday we had some news. I'm going to scroll down here to it if I can find it real quick. I want to find it there's one article in here that kind of had both pieces of news, and I wanted to see if I can find that one real quick. And let's see here. Okay, here we go. This is the one I wanted to show you. It's NVAX rises on Health Canada request. So they put in a request with Canada for approvals. That was a big plus, and this was all yesterday. And they actually got a vaccine approval in Indonesia. So that's the first one. So that's what we're waiting on. That was the news we were waiting on, and we got a really good pop yesterday from that news. And then it turned around again today and kept running. I kind of expected that. So that's good. That's what we've been waiting on. But we want to see something like an India approval, a UK approval, Australia approval, something with a lot more doses. But that's pretty good. We're tickled to see that on a Monday morning, and that's what we needed to get our stock moving. Now, I believe they do have earnings this week. Let's check that real quick. So we're going to talk about that a little bit too. Earnings, let's see here. Earnings date November 4th. So yeah, 2 days from now they're going to have earnings. Now they're going to expect a loss there. They're going to have a loss, but the revenue is going to be much higher. I talked about that in another video, I think. But here's what I want to caution everybody about. A couple of things. All right, and that's one reason I sold. One reason I sold my options today, because there may be an opportunity tomorrow to buy those options back at a better price than what I sold them at, as far as a lower price, because the Fed talks tomorrow. So I'm not exactly sure. It's usually noonish or somewhere around there when they start talking, and the talk is that they're going to start tapering, which means they're going to start some of the support of this market. So in this economy, so they're going to cut back on some of the buying of I think they're treasuries they buy, but they're going to cut back on some of that, and they're supposed to speak about that tomorrow in their meeting. So that's going to be the news tomorrow. We're going to be listening for. All right. So if they come out and they overdo it compared to what everybody's expecting, I think the expectation's there that they're going to do it. It's just how much and how quick. So that could trip us up tomorrow as far as our Novavax stock goes. Now, if it's in the afternoon, which it probably is, it usually is in the afternoon sometime, then we may get a little run in the morning on Novavax, especially if some kind of news comes out. But watch that tapering news and see how it might impact the market. You may have some other opportunities to buy things on a dip tomorrow. Okay. And the other thing we got to be concerned about is November 4th when they have earnings, that, how these articles come out. It's not, I wouldn't worry so much about the numbers and everything, but it's more about how the articles come out. You saw what a negative article can do week before last, or last week, whenever it was. They can really slant it to make it sound real bad, and the next thing you know, the big boys are using those opportunities to drive down a stock price, and they make money both ways. They make money when it goes down, and they make money when it goes up. And you can too if you want to short things and you want to buy puts and things like that. I don't like to do that. I've kind of I've tried my hand at shorts a couple of times and got burned, so I don't like to do that. I may play around with some puts later on. A lot of folks do that to hedge their bets, but I'm buying calls right now as far as the options go on the Robinhood, and what do we do on this show is it's strictly stock shares that I'm buying. But anyway, look for that too. That could be something. So you got 2 days there where you could have you got a Wednesday with the Fed, then you got a Thursday with the earnings, and then of course you got the Friday. That's usually people take their profits and things on Friday. So we could have 3 tough days here. I'm not saying we will, but I'm cautious there, and that's one reason I sold those options today, because I've got a feeling that maybe I might have an opportunity to get back in them at a little bit better price. We've had a really good week as far as NVAX goes and our portfolios go, as far as the the balances there and trying to catch up with some of those market indices. So I think we may have gotten pretty close today. Everything hit all-time highs, but we're pretty good on what we're doing too. So at the end of the week, maybe I'll be able to report back on the levels where we're at on that compared to them. But anyway, that's kind of what's going on there. I want to be real careful not to, not to, lose the things that we've gained this week as far as those options go. So that's one reason I jumped all over that today. I had a friend of mine too. He sold his, and after he sold his, he reminded me about the Fed talking tomorrow, and that kind of made me think too. But you see Novavax down $3 in the post market. Nothing there. I'm sure there's nothing going on there. That's just some people looking at the price when they get home or something, and they're taking some profits, which is probably not a bad idea after today. So you see that nice run. Been a nice 2-day run, and when you got a lot of shares of something, it really does make a big difference in your portfolios as well. We're going to try to lighten up on them as soon as we can. As soon as we start getting in the green on those high price shares, we'll start unloading those for sure. But I don't want to take a loss on all of them, because there's no need to if we think it's going to get to that price. But I'm just kind of peeling a little bit back, and I'm buying some during the day. Like I said, 10 to 1, 1 to 10, whatever you want to call it. And it's working out well for those 2 days so far. We've timed it just right. So that's good. Novavax, just keep your eye on it, and be careful next few days. Tilray's down today, but it had a decent day yesterday, I believe it was. But it was down pretty much all day today. Let's go ahead and look at that 5-day chart. Yeah, see, here's Monday. It kind of came up here, and then it sold off for whatever reason. So it can't sustain anything. It's just not doing much right now. So we're not too worried about that one. We're just watching that one go up and down. Nicola's been on a little bit of a move, and it's been holding up pretty good. So I like what I'm seeing there. Hopefully it's making a turn here. You can see here the last 4 days is pretty good. Even today, after I pulled back a little bit, it did come back. So that's good. Volume's a little heavier than normal, so that's a good sign as well. So that's kind of where we're at this week so far. Again, I'm going to be having a little surgery on the nose area here, a little cancer removal type thing. Nothing major going on there. It's just something that's got to get taken care of. And so we'll we may be on here Friday, just depending again how bad I look. If it's pretty bad, we'll probably skip Friday, but maybe get on later on the weekend, maybe on Sunday or something. We'll see. We'll just see how it heals up, and we'll see you then. But hey, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and click the subscribe button right here and do that. Appreciate that. If you can take care of that now, that'd be great. Other than that, hang in there. Hope you have a great rest of your week trading, and just be careful. Thanks. Bye.